And it's very sickening to know that people have such a great talent and get hung up on such a menial things and not get into music.
He is remembered as a monarch of soul music, yet few dare to state plainly. James Brown was a solitary warrior, perpetually battling those who once stood by his side. See, everybody talks about James like he was just fire and footwork, but they miss what was really burning inside: hurt, betrayal, and not just from the system, but from people who were supposed to be on the same team. 6 queens, legends in their own right. But to James, they weren't allies. They were reflections of a truth he couldn't sit with. Deception wrapped in gold records. Art that looked like his, but didn't feel like it. Tina Turner, he said she softened my fire, made it sexy. Diana Ross, sings soul like she's chewing bubble gum. And 4 others, names never spoken, until now. But before we name them, we need to talk about why James couldn't let this go. Diana Ross, perfect pitch, flawless timing, Midas touch on the charts. But that perfection, that was the problem. James didn't trust clean. He didn't believe soul could be tied up like a birthday gift, Motown style, all neat and polished for the showroom window. To him, soul wasn't sweet, it was sweat. It was a torn up shirt and a broken mic stand, blood on the stage floor. Not background music for a dinner party. New York, 1974. Rain hitting the windows of the Apollo Theater. James finishes his set, still wired, scarf around his neck. Bobby Bird walks in with Diana's new record. No words, just action. Drops the needle. The track plays. Light, bright, shiny. James closes his eyes, sighs. Some folks sing soul like it's bubblegum. That line hit deep across the industry. No drama, no headlines. But for those in the know, that was war talk. Diana wasn't his enemy. She was the symbol of something bigger. A whole system that smoothed out black pain until it became easy to swallow. Motown made sure the blues came with makeup and fairy tale endings. Made every black dream feel like it could be sold on a shelf at Sears. James didn't buy it. He grew up with no plumbing, no electricity. Just silence and the sound of his heartbeat while his parents screamed in the next room. Music didn't comfort him. It gave him something to fight back with. So to him, if you never trembled holding a mic, you couldn't claim the title. Diana? She was royalty. But her crown came too clean, too safe. Now Tina. Tina was different. She didn't float through music. She tore it open, with grit, with thunder. But to James, even her heat had been edited, slimmed down, sexed up. People called her the female James Brown. That comparison? That's where things got sticky. They performed on the same bill once, Philly, 69. They didn't speak, didn't even nod. But James watched her, watched every step, every hair whip under the lights, and he clenched his jaw. Not because she wasn't killing it, but because she was doing James, refined. She got prime time, applause, glitter. He got headlines, handcuffs, and backlash. She did everything I did, he thought. But when she screamed, they called it stage power. When I screamed, they called it madness. He once told his crew, real quiet, "We don't do Vegas here." That was code. From that moment on, Tina's name wasn't spoken on James's stage. But it was deeper than ego. It was pain. James was raw, rough, dangerous even. Tina? She made fire look like gold. He didn't hate her. He envied what she could get away with. She never disrespected him. In interviews, she said nothing but respect. But once in Europe, when someone asked her where she learned to dance, she smiled and said, "From the streets, from pain." Same as him. That one line, that hit James somewhere deep, because he knew it was true. She came from struggle. She walked through hell. But unlike him, she made it look like art instead of war. And maybe that's what hurt most. She danced in high heels and got cheers. He danced like he was breaking chains and got judged. James didn't hate Tina. He just couldn't forgive a world that let her move forward with the very thing he had bled to build.